Mickey Ward's style was held together by two things. The first was that he had to be in top shape.
Mickey wasn't the greatest boxer, but he trained hard. He had the biggest heart.
He wasn't the most gifted boxer, but Mickey's work ethic was legendary, and he had one punch that he could throw as well as any man in history. Mickey's left hook to the body was the great equalizer.
Ward has landed some good shots to the body like that one.
The opponent, although he's pulled, Fernandez goes down.
It's like he was physically created to throw it. When it came in combination, it was faster and meaner than just about any punch in boxing. It could change a fight completely or end it in seconds.
Martin until the 5th or 6th round and fell apart. Body shot hurt Joey. It all turned when Ward became...
It was a punch he picked up shoveling concrete onto the cracked roads of Lowell, Massachusetts. Mickey was working on a road crew because boxing wasn't paying the bills. He was 35 years old with 10 losses on his record. Mickey needed money. He knew he needed a cash-out fight. Standing across from him was Emmanuel Augustus.
Time off.
While he might not have commanded the capital Mickey was after, he certainly commanded the crowd. Augustus was arguably the strangest fighter ever to set foot in any ring.
I told you at some point.
Mickey knew he couldn't play with boxing's smiling joker.
There was a good left hook to the head, not to the body.
Mickey went straight at him, and for the entire first round, they barely left the spot.
Good point there, partner.
But Burton is being
Burton is using the ropes as his ally. You're in that ring, use everything you can.
The pattern repeated at a horrifying pace, round after round.
underway, no knockdowns in the fight. Burton switching
very close round.
From afar.
The two delivered the greatest bang for your buck fight in boxing.
The medicine back to Mickey Ward.
What's going on is Burton tattoos Ward again. This is a very tight fight.
Anybody watching this fight at home, in between rounds, call your friends up. You're seeing something that you don't see too often.
It was a fight full of wild exchanges.
The punches comes back.
Burton came right back. He knew he might catch Mickey laying there.
Nice combination by Burton.
He's creating room by moving his hands, not allowing Mickey to close the gap.
Good left hook by Burton, and he shoots a right hand to the body.
Augustus's antics and Ward's gritty determination made it a classic.
What Mickey just did. He was waiting for Burton to punch, and he
Leaning forward. Now Burton gets rocked a bit.
Good body punch from Mickey.
Burton goes southpaw, and he stops Ward's pursuit. Teddy, something that might play out in this fight is the fact that we talk so much about Ward.
He came here to win.
Teddy.
Burton punching just at the back.
Now Ward's trying to steal the round. Burton standing right in with him.
Ward's willing to punch right with Burton. Try to catch Burton as he's
Down on the cards and deep in the fight, Mickey Ward digs deep into the liver of Emmanuel Augustus.
There's that body shot.
It might be the first time I can recall Augustus doing anything but smile in the boxing ring.
He's now just going defensive. Oh my, oh my.
While Mickey benefited from some home cooking for once, nobody really cared who won. Even the referee raised both men's hands after the decision was read.
I fought a very experienced guy I mean, we both, I don't think I had the best night I could have had, but take nothing away from him. He gave me a hell of a fight and it was very close.
Ring Magazine named it Fight of the Year of 2001. After the fight, commentator Teddy Atlas was so thoroughly impressed by the dogged determination of Mickey, he begged the big networks to put Ward on pay-per-view. They just needed the right opponent. The man chosen for the job was Arturo "Thunder" Gatti. Gatti had built his own reputation for getting into wild slugfests with just about anybody who'd get in the ring with him.
More than 60% of their blows in round.
He had a vicious left hook and down in the trenches toughness.
Win or lose, Arturo "Thunder" Gatti is known as the world's most exciting fighter. A true warrior with heart, courage, and determination.
That he's human. He bleeds. People can relate to it.
The pair met for the first time May 18th, 2002.
This fight in case they get stopped on an accidental injury. That shows
All over the scale, 130. I think he may finally be fighting Emmanuel at his most.
Mickey immediately started bleeding, and in true Mickey Ward style, he clapped his gloves together and marched forward regardless. A flurry of punches was the only way to keep Mickey Ward at bay. The moment they stopped, Ward would clap his hands together and get back to work.
not just moving, he's moving, bobbing and weaving, mixing up his punches very well. All his body turned all the way through, very loose and natural.
The dynamic was set. Gatti wanted his space.
More than the power.
The speed and his pace.
When he throws those combinations, he's not staying there long enough to get hit in return.
Mickey Ward didn't win fights by outboxing his opponents.
So the blood really coagulates.
Hard side.
He outlasted them.
Quick with the right, way is with the left.
So most of the punches are going to restrict his left hand. And most good fighters can break it close.
He has to do more.
He hunted opponents the way early man hunted gazelle. He couldn't keep up in a sprint, but Mickey could run all night.
People have been most concerned about.
Every time Gatti settled in place, Ward would catch up and use his lead right hand to grab hold of Gatti.
Rising to the occasion for their fighter. And here's Gatti with some of that. I'll give it to him in the body medicine.
Now the fighter's trying
For Arturo. Ward's cut opening.
Working from the collar tie, Gatti couldn't get away from Mickey's free left hand on the inside.
Gatti trying to clear his head, comes back with his own punches.
what he's been doing most of his career, and that's to punch.
Gatti to the body. Gatti with uppercut. Straight right hand. Oh, this is good stuff.
Up close, Mickey is spamming that mean left hook.
But we saw Ward in those type of fights, remember?
As Mickey is coming on strong in round 4,
Broke a lot of company box records.
Arturo cracks him in the cup.
Oh, what a body shot. Oh, magnificent left to the body.
A timekeeping error let the round timer run out.
It's miscommunication between the referee and the timekeeper. When Frank Cappuccino saw that low blow, there's no question he should have yelled timeout.
This meant Mickey didn't get the customary 5 minutes to recover. Just 1 minute after his voice getting raised an octave, Mickey is still carrying the weight of the low blow. Gatti sensed it and jumped on him, laying in combo after combo on Ward's static high guard. By the midpoint of round 5, Ward is hunting once more.
The way he wants it.
Take those white shorts on the foot, one pair of white and one pair of black on it.
The last 30 seconds of the round are how you hope all fights would look in a world without brain trauma or CTE.
He's right eye is bleeding. The blood begins. And he's loaded up every punch. A tremendous rally by Mickey Ward.
It was cartoonish violence that would fit in any video game or anime.
Oh, it just comes right back. Business as usual.
On any other night, with any other fighters, it would have been impossible to top.
I have Gatti ahead 4-1 and 1 each.
Every round was fought like a punk song. Like instead of a bell to begin each round, they should have been counted in by Marky Ramone clapping his drumsticks and screaming. What followed was a frenzy, a blur of effort and unrelenting energy. The heat, the speed, and blood. There are those out there who might be far more skilled and technically proficient, but not a one of those more skilled men could put on a show like this. Every round was 3 minutes of no filler. Arturo Gatti was hanging by a thread at the end of the 8th round. Now, in the late rounds, it's Mickey's time to lay down the heavy artillery. He comes out in the 9th and gives Gatti the world's fastest acting case of cirrhosis of the liver.
This is it. He's not going to recover. It's not like a head punch.
He may not be able to recover.
Gatti finds it within himself to rise. The next 30 seconds was Mickey Ward mauling Gatti like that bear from Revenant.
You see him from the body punch also still.
Halfway through this blunt force traumatic experience, Gatti somehow finds his feet. Not even Mickey could keep that pace forever. Gatti gives him a taste of his own medicine. And now it's Mickey reeling. Ward fights his way off the ropes and turns the tide again in what is arguably the greatest round ever. The 10th looked like 2 marathon runners clawing at the concrete to cross the finish line.
Yes, Ed, he's taking a hand from it, and he's winning his fight now.
This is the way it has to end.
Arturo Gatti, Irish Mickey Ward, 2 of the most honest fighters in the sport of boxing, circa 2002. A fight straight out of the 1950s.
For the second consecutive year, Mickey Ward won the Fight of the Year. Round 9 was also named Round of the Year. In the hospital, Gatti and Ward started trading jokes and stories. A friendship grew. With 2 men so similar, how could it not? With a fight that drew such adoration, that was so hotly contested, how could they not run it back? Fight 2 happened pretty much as soon as the swelling went down.
Knockout in the latter rounds in the first fight. That's both.
Arturo Gatti's conditioning and stamina have improved. Great for improvement. He thinks he may have made it this time around. Gatti throwing a lot of.
Forget about the old fight.
Good shot.
Whoa, what a good right to the bottom of the knee.
Ward started slow before getting going in the second.
Here's the first rocking left hook from Ward. There's Arturo firing. The tire. Completely ignored by referee Earl Morton just per round. He didn't want to leave Mickey Ward that many countering out.
To start the third, Ward charged onto a straight right that dropped him.
The helm of Ward's boxing career pretty much done. There's a great right.
The pair dug up those buried old hatchets.
Just got nothing to do here, Larry.
Momentarily stops Gatti in his tracks. Now he lands the left hook to the liver.
But the difference tonight was Arturo Gatti's feet.
From Gatti in this round. Somewhat just squared up. hand in the lead as Ward goes southpaw to land his hit.
You know, Ward has this style.
A fight.
They got him just enough space to dig into Mickey's body and get him out of the way before he got a receipt.
Those punches hurt. Gatti again upstairs with a counter right.
Some men are supposed to be great fighters. When you hit them below the belt, they fall.
You can bet Mickey went down swinging. But it was a clear win for Gatti in the rematch.
Which is why he's here now. This is more of a one-car accident.
Executing it. Ward catches him with two right hands. A counter right and then a big right grab.
The love.
Crowd on its feet.
Here's Arturo Gatti.
With each man with one win apiece and thoroughly satisfied crowds, the trilogy was set. June 7th, 2003. Gatti and Ward are great friends by this point. Mickey Ward swore to retire regardless of the outcome, and the road worker from Lowell paid a 7-figure payday. With one last big job, there was no holding back on the dynamite.
Gatti shot for shot. He waits for Arturo to stop punching and then tries to land his own. Offensively to the two fighters that they know each other so well. The subtext of Mickey Ward.
Gatti looked in great shape again.
At a certain distance, Mickey, and this is what Ward is.
Good left hook to the right. Ward commission.
Start punching more.
Until a body shot clipped Mickey Ward on his hip bone. When big bones meet small ones, the little ones give.
He moves beautifully, gets a double, triple shots, gets the hell out of it. Arturo Gatti took a shot and is now in trouble and getting pummeled by Mickey Ward.
Arturo Gatti is now in the 6th or 7th fight of his life with a shattered hand.
Still no right hand. Appears almost certain at this point that Arturo Gatti feels as though he's broken his right hand.
Mickey did his best to take advantage, and another all-time classic broke out.
Gatti coming back, using the left.
Substitute another athlete. You can't do it in boxing. The whole team is Gatti.
Arturo wants to throw his right hand and just can't. Gatti showing great courage. 5 straight left hooks. 7 left hooks. He mixed in one right hand.
Gatti dug deep and ignored those broken bones. Throwing that hand anyway, knowing it was going to kill if it lands.
From balance.
First, because he needed to keep Mickey at bay. Second, because he knew after a few minutes, the adrenaline would set in.
Well, because Gatti has to use the left hand as his only offense, Ward gets more and more chances to counter over it with the right, and he's taking it back.
Adrenaline can turn structural damage into a minor inconvenience. Here is all the evidence you need.
Every time they get close, Arturo gains
by getting close and dropping a short clubbing right hand over the side of the head.
When they came out for the final round of their legendary trilogy, it was the ultimate real recognizing real moment in boxing. They go from smiling and friendly to absolutely ferocious in milliseconds.
With his effective aggressiveness and his clean punch.
And the corner.
A resourceful performance for Gatti, who may finally be in position to try to fight for a title rally. And a hard right hand by Ward. The Gibson. Find out everything he's got left.
And made the most of every moment in the ring.
What Mickey Ward and Arturo Gatti shared together, only they know. Only they can touch it. Only they can feel it.
Arturo Gatti.
The best thing about the trilogy was the friends made along the way. Arturo Gatti died under mysterious circumstances in 2009. When Gatti was inducted into the Boxing Hall of Fame, it was Mickey Ward who inducted his brother in arms at Canastota.
I became great friends with him after we fought because he was a great person. I miss him to death every day, and I think about him every day at some point in time. But he's always with me. I know he's here. And with you guys coming out and supporting the Hall of Fame, Arturo, all the rest of the champions, I mean, this is what it's all about.